Hi guys, welcome back to Dev Astrology. Today we are doing the June monthly reading and I am going to get started with the important dates, key dates that are going to come into play. These dates are crucial for us to understand the shift of the planets from one house to the other. So let's deep dive and look into it. As you can see on the screen here, you have Sun in the sign of Taurus until the first half of this month. And from June 15th, he will be moving into the sign of Gemini. Then Mercury is making multiple house shifts during the course of this month. He's starting with Taurus, then from June 6th onwards, he's moving into the sign of Gemini in his own house and its own sign, and then he will be moving into the sign of Cancer from June 22nd. You have Venus, which is going to be staying in the sign of Aries for almost the entire duration of the month, barring the last 2 days when he is going to come into his own sign of Taurus from June 29th. Mars has been in debilitation in the sign of Cancer. You can see the smile on my face, and it is coming out into the sign of Leo, where he will get conjunct with Ketu, and we'll talk about that in a bit from June 6th onwards. Then you have Jupiter, which is, and this is wrongly represented, but Jupiter is already into the sign of Gemini and it's coming into Akshatra from June 13th. Now, Saturn is in Pisces in Uttara Nakshatra. Rahu is in Purv Bhadrapatra, which is that of Jupiter as well. Just to call out, Saturn is in its own nakshatra placement. So that is again interesting. And last but not the least, is an Uttara Nakshatra that ruled by Sun in a sign of Leo. So guys, let's deep dive now into the reading and understand what would be the impact of these planets through the course of the month.
Leos, as you can now see on your screen here, you have Mars, which has become conjunct with Ketu. First of all, apologies for the delays, guys. Because of my travel, I could not record this in time. And by the time it is getting recorded and published, Mars has already moved into your Lagna. Yes, we have done the video on Rahu and Ketu transit. If you have not checked that, please go ahead and check that out. But now the results are going to be altered because the conjunction of Ketu and Mars is going to come into place in your Lagna itself. And Mars is the lord of your 9th house and your 4th house in your ascendant, which means the luck factor, the benediction of the supreme, the benediction of your gurus, mentors, bosses, superiors is going to come into play towards you. Yes, Ketu's presence is not the most desired aspect that you would want, but remember I said in my Rahu Ketu transit video as well that it is coming in your 1-7 axis and there is going to be a transformation that you're going to witness in these 18 months. And with this conjunction coming into play, there is going to be a lot of fire, there is going to be a lot of energy, there is going to be a lot of drive that is going to come into play in your life. So you will realize that now, whatever actions you want to take, whatever journey you want to embark upon, be it metaphorical in terms of new initiatives or realistically long distance, long duration journeys as well, they are going to come into fruition in the next 2 months whilst this conjunction is in place for you. So June could be a kickstarter for that element. You will be motivated, you will be driven to achieve a lot of your objectives. Your real estate initiatives, your initiatives around assets, gains of any sort, movable, immovable property, acquisition of such kind of things, or even mental peace to a certain extent, which could have a different connotation because it could result into some bit of laziness, procrastination also creeping in. However, with Mars presence, I do not take that into element because the 4th lord, when he comes into the Lagna, he tends to do that. But this is where you will be more so motivated towards the luxuries, towards the acquisitions, towards accomplishing things in your life. And that is going to be one strong bit that is going to happen with the onset of this conjunction. The next bit that you have to observe is Mars is giving an aspect to your 4th house, 7th house, and your 8th house. From a 4th aspect perspective, it is going to make you extremely protective towards your assets, towards your family, towards your gains. You are not only going to bring in that drive, that passion to work towards your targets, acquire them, but also sustain that. So it's a time to make great initiative, Leos. This Mars is giving an aspect to the seventh house, which means you have to be a bit watchful with respect to your partnerships, marriage, formal relationships of any kind at workplace, business relationships are going to become crucial. And I would want to warn you here, folks, that choice of words that you use, the kind of communication, the kind of language, the kind of interactions that you have, especially from a business perspective, or even in a married environment with your partner, is going to become crucial. Please keep a check on your tone. Please keep a check on how you are expressing your thoughts. Even with your bosses, there could be situations that you might get agitated, frustrated because you want to move things fast. And under such circumstances, any kind of argumentative situations should be thoroughly avoided. Mars is giving an eighth aspect into the house of transformation. And you will have the ability, you will have the capability to overcome any kind of unexpected situations, unknown fears, you know, with a lot of smart attitude and mindset. So I think all in all, this transit of Mars is bringing a lot of positivity. Mars has come out of that debilitation and it is helping you, Leos, beautifully with his energy. We have done a detailed video on the Rahu Ketu transit. I will not deep dive into that aspect. I will highly urge you, and it may not be a bad idea for you to revisit that section once again. It is in the playlist, in my transit videos playlist itself. Then as we move further, you have Saturn, again placed in your 8,000. This is the tricky one. It's the Ashtam Shani. If you are watching it from a Leo moon sign perspective, it is talking about the Daya aspect as well. Or even then, it's the 8th Saturn, which is a bit of a tricky aspect or a tricky position of Saturn. He likes, actually, he is the Karaka of the 8th house of longevity of age. And him coming into the 8th house, I would not be surprised, Leos, if you have a renewed passion, energy to learn more about astrology, to understand how things are going to impact you in your life. But at the same time, he's the 6th Lord going into the 8th house. He is going to bring Vipareet Raj Yoga. Challenges at your workplace will thoroughly be overcome by you, but after some bit of a trouble. It's the 7th Lord moving into 8. And that is where, when the marital bliss and the marital situations that I had touched upon, even from a business relationship perspective, I touched upon a couple of months back in March in my Saturn transit video. I want to emphasize that Mars can also negatively trigger if speech is not kept a check upon. Otherwise, this period is going to be better from that aspect. Then you have Venus placed in your 9th house. Venus is the lord of your 10th house coming into the 9th, forming a Raj Yoga, and the lord of your 3rd house sitting in the 9th. Many of you during the course of this month will be embarking upon long distance journeys. They could be for a short duration. You could see a shift in your residence. You will be working towards beautifying things during your journeys or because of your journeys. There could be certain luxurious purchases that you might, buy whilst you are in travel and then bring back home for your family. It is also going to be an interesting bit that, at least from a formal communication perspective, it is going to bring good communication, good interaction capabilities within you. So yes, that energy, that drive from Mars is positive. That language has to be kept in check from a non-formal relationship perspective, but in a formal setup, most probably you will do well. There will also be possibilities that many of you might have to do a lot of journeys towards your office. Many of you could be working from home. You have to now start working regularly out of your office premise. Or people who are in roles that require you to travel, sales role, in the pharma industry, when you have to do the visits to the doctors and stuff, you are in an industry that requires you a lot of communication, like journalism and stuff. You will require that all these segments, people from all these walks of life are going to see some positive element, positive shift. There will be a lot of support from your bosses as well, especially if you have a female boss. There will be some positive elements coming in. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Venus in the Aries sign, and we will be doing a video of planets in all signs as well. That is one playlist that I have to build for you folks. But I want to highlight here that for you, Venus happens to be the 10th lord who's placed in the 9th house. It's a Raj Yoga in itself, but he's going 12th to itself as well. So there could be situations where even after a lot of attempt, even after a lot of push, there could be areas, there could be outcomes that might not materialize to your expectation. Please do not drop the ball and do not miss it, because as you will progress through the weeks, even trickling down to July, you will see that things will somehow shape. You have a Viparit Rajoga of Saturn. Remember that. So don't drop the ball. Don't skip things just because they are not materializing within the confines of the deadlines that you've put for yourself. Now, Venus also happens to be the Lord of the 10th and placed in 9th, which means that at your workplace, there will be a decent support coming in from your luck factor, from your bosses and superiors. I see good movement on that angle as well. Irrespective of your career, profession, job, life status, where you come from, or whatever, you're a student watching this video, or a homemaker watching this video, you will realize that there will be some bit of an increase in the efforts that you are bringing to the table. There will be an exorbitant amount of energy in general that you will bring to the table. And consistency of those efforts is going to deliver stronger results. I, however, want to draw your attention towards the health aspect. This is where I would want you to practice continuous caution. There could be issues related to blood matters, anemia. However, Mars is going to fix a lot of those things. But remember, Saturn is still placed into the 8th house, being the lord of the 6th. And only for a brief period of time, in the fag end of this month, you will get the aspect of Mercury into your 6th house. And that is why I'm emphasizing on this bit that Leos, you will have to put that regimen, that daily schedule in place where you define your diet, you define the kind of food you consume, you define the kind of exercises you are doing. Because if that is not in check, you could face some issues, Leos, from a health standpoint, from your general fitness perspective. Working out, hitting the gym, running, doing any activities that requires physical labor is going to be important and positive. Mars is there. He is going to pump you up to do that. So if you're watching this video and you've been thinking all this while that, I've got to get started, Dave has given a cue today. Okay. You got to get started right now, today itself. It will result into a positive outcome. Then as we move ahead, we see that for the first half of the month, you will have Sun placed in your 10th house. And then in the second half of the month, he will become conjunct briefly with Mercury, who will then move into the 12th house, but more importantly with Jupiter. Now, we've done a detailed video on Jupiter's transit as well last month itself. Again, I will urge you to go back and check that out to understand what that transit means for you. But Sun happens to be the lord of your Lagna. He is the lord of your Rashi if you're watching from a Leo moon perspective. And him being placed in the 10th house is definitely a sign of positivity. At least the first half of the month is going to be the period where you will be energized towards putting efforts in the right direction. Workaholic or being workaholic may not be a wrong term to use at this point in time. You will be driven, motivated to do whatever goals and objectives you have in mind. And the fruition of that is what you are going to see from the second half of this month all the way to the first half of July, when Sun is going to be in the 11th house. Leos, do not be surprised that an acknowledgement, a recognition of your efforts is coming into play from the third week of June onwards. Say you are a homemaker watching this video. All the efforts that you've been putting for your family, for yourself at this point in time, as a student, whatever hours that you've been putting in, learning new things, even though Saturn being the 6th lord is in a troublesome situation for you guys, the efforts that you've been putting, they will start materializing slowly and steadily from the second half all the way to July. So that is going to be a positive sign. Now, Sun's placement into the 11th house from 15th onwards would also indicate that there is going to be an increase in recognition for you. You are going to find fame, respect, acknowledgement, adulation of sorts. People around you will witness the kind of change that you are bringing in yourself, and they will be appreciating and acknowledging that. There could be situations that if you are running through the right dasha, antardasha, this could result into some positive gains in terms of promotions as well for people who are in a workplace. If you are a business entrepreneur running your own business, There will be some difficult situations, but this could be a rewarding period as well from your business standpoint. So please, I will emphasize again, do not drop the ball and remain motivated, even if Saturn is not giving that strength to you. He's just testing you, he's testing your resolve, and he wants to see that whether or not you, Leo, have that ability or deserve the outcome that you are aspiring for. Because this Saturn is giving an aspect to the 10th house where Sun was placed. So these results will not go in vain. Yes, there will be certain level of obstacles, challenges, complications that might keep bothering you. Now, in your 11th house, when Sun moves there, he will become conjunct with Mercury and Jupiter. And at some point in time, Jupiter is going to get combust from Sun's presence. And that is where I would want you to keep in mind that any kind of key decision making, especially with respect to the elements of Jupiter, which is your 8th house and your 5th house, should be, monitored deeply. You must not jump the gun. Any kind of unexpected situations coming at that point in time have to be dealt deftly. Jupiter, being the lord of the 5th house, is in 11th, is promising gains with respect to family, expansion coming into play, expansion in terms of children, expansion in terms of relationships, marriage, education, romance. So there are a lot of positives of Jupiter's presence into your 11th house. But when Sun will be transiting over it, there will be a couple of days when he remains combusted, and you will have to be watchful in terms of all these aspects. There could be some sudden triggers that might come into play. Please do not get nervous. Please do not make hasty decisions at that point in time. Now, Mercury is also placed in your sign of Gemini in the 11th house itself. He's your 11th lord, and he's also the lord of your 2nd house. What a beautiful placement. 2nd lord placed in the 11th house is forming a good Thana Yoga. So, the presence of Mercury, Jupiter, and Sun is going to promise a lot of gains, wish fulfillment, accomplishing of your targets, goals, and objectives. All of that is going to materialize during this phase. However, in the last part of the month, Mercury would be the one who would be moving from the 11th house to the 12th. 11th lord is coming into the house of expenses, but second to itself. Yes, there will be certain motivations, certain situations where you'll have to spend some money to materialize your gains. Why the hell am I saying materialize your gains or savings? Because it's the 11th movement of the 2nd lord into the 12th house as well. That is why, please do not be scared if some spending is coming into play, some sort of investments are required, because that is very much needed for the success of whatever initiatives that you've been driving. So it is going to pan out positively from that perspective too. Yes, Mercury's position in the 12th is not one of the greatest, which means that could be the phase where people who are associated with international connections, collaborations, any kind of opportunities related to your immigration issues, green card, permanent residency, etc., might have some turbulence. Why is that? Because Mercury is not only coming into the 12th house, but into the sign of Cancer. And he is not most comfortable in that placement. But he will be giving aspect into your 6th house, which means he will urge you to work hard towards your health, fitness, regular day-to-day activities, your regime, your job. So you will continue to do well in all those areas from 22nd, 23rd of June onwards. I would want to call out one more caution that in the 12th house placement of Mercury, you might feel certain degree of instability at times, and it may not be a bad idea for you to actually make a visit to a place of worship. People who believe in Hinduism, visiting Ganesha's temple is going to be very soothing, relaxing, and comforting to you guys during that phase, so as to tackle your anxiety, nervousness better. Overall, guys, June month onset is a positive onset for you, Leos. There have been a lot of turbulence since Saturn's movement that I have been calling out, but you would realize now that how when all planetary combinations and conjunctions work together, they can positively impact a person's horoscope. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, then please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching. Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Mahadev.